My biggest ick is when my partner sits next to me and does absolutely nothing.
My biggest ick is when I'm struggling on a project and I call Mr. Corley's name 4,000 times and he still doesn't come over to help me.
My biggest ick is when somebody comments on my project, like says something bad about it, but they haven't even started theirs.
My biggest ick is when I'm editing the project and Nolan and Aiden are fighting and wrestling.
My biggest ick is when Connor and Aiden say I don't work hard when I'm the hardest worker of them all.
My biggest ick in radio and TV is when Jaden Collins acts like he owns the place.
My biggest ick is when people ask me for project ideas and then I give them about 4 or 5 and they don't do anything and still don't hit deadline.
I'll give a project idea to Corley. It'll say, yeah, but it should be this and this and this and this and this and this. So basically it's his project, not my project anymore.
My biggest ick is whenever my group spends the first 20 minutes of class watching baseball B-roll instead of doing our project.
My biggest ick is when Emma sits there and complains because we're just trying to watch some baseball B-roll.
My biggest ick is when Lucas Corley talks to me for 335 minutes and acts like we have more time to do our project when he keeps talking.
Corley's 18-minute yap sessions at the beginning of class.
My biggest ick is when Corley always tells me I have an attitude for just talking back to him.
My biggest ick is when Corley says I can't say something on a broadcast.
My biggest ick is redoing a project when the server goes down.
My biggest ick is when people don't utilize the headphones.
I hate when we lose the SD card and lose all of our footage. That is a big one.
My biggest ick is getting sent into the hallway without a chair.
My biggest ick is when people stand around and you can't get anywhere in the classroom.
Personally, I dislike when people come up with a video idea 2 days before the deadline, and then we have to rush through it, and it turns out like crap.